The Gambia, west coast of Africa. In all of my vlogging days, this was by far the most challenging country I've filmed in, while maintaining respect for the people and its culture. I spent 2 weeks travelling down the coastline of this country, from north to south with my friend Omar. Travelling with Omar allowed me to feel comfortable filming and visiting places that most tourists wouldn't be able to. He introduced me to his friends, family, local areas and ways of life here on the west coast of Africa. I've visited a fair few countries here in Africa, but this is the first one I've filmed, but oftentimes I got told to stop filming.
Big man, what is this camera?
Hopefully, this series will give you a good insight into how life is here, both beautiful and difficult. Welcome to the Gambia, smiling coast of Africa. Good morning folks, good morning from my little place here in Gambia. It was a bit of an abrupt ending yesterday to the filming. I'll explain now briefly. I'm finding it quite hard to film here, to be honest, with the camera. Every time I'm without Omar, I'm instantly jumped on. People are wondering what I'm filming for and asking me to stop filming and things like this. It happened 3 times yesterday, and every time it was just when Omar had gone into a shop or went to speak to a friend or something, and I was kind of there on my own.
Big man, what is this camera?
Yeah, they get a bit weirded out by the camera, so I don't know how the strip's kind of gonna go with the filming. You know, I don't like intruding on people's lives and things like that, and that's why I haven't filmed and photographed Africa as much as I have on other continents, you know, because yeah, it has happened to me in the past when I was in Kenya. My first trip to Africa, I got asked a couple of times, put the camera down, why are you taking photos? And which is totally understandable, do you know what I mean? They're just wondering, why am I taking pictures of, not specifically them, but I was obviously taking pictures of the street or the area, but because they were in the photo, they had a bit of a problem with it, you know? So yeah, I don't like kind of interfering, like I just said, into people's lives too much. So but there's so much to see. It's so hard to show you guys how it really is here without filming in it too much, do you know what I mean? I'm going to do my best. Omar says when I'm with him and his friends and all of that kind of thing is not going to be a problem, you know? It's just when I'm kind of on the streets and like a little eatery he took me to yesterday, proper local. It was like £2 for 2 meals, 2 big meals between, you know, for him and I. And it was just like in this little alley, and there was like these iron steel kind of gates, and the people were behind there making the food, and they just hand it to you through a little. Anyway, it was just very interesting to see, you know, how they were making the food and everything. So I kind of took a little step back, and I started filming Omar because he was ordering all the food and stuff. And instantly, a woman said, "No, camera down," and then a guy gave me a really dirty look, you know. So I just yeah, it's not a nice feeling. I'm just trying to show you their culture, do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to intrude in their lives, but to them it's kind of quite intrusive, and I can see why, do you know what I mean? I'm a white man in the middle of an unknown place pretty much here in Gambia, and I'm just filming them. It looks like I'm being, you know, I'm just kind of invading in their privacy basically, and that's what I don't like about filming, you know? It's yeah, but folks, I'll do my best. I will do my best while I'm here. Anyway, look, this is my little compound. Swimming pool right in front. Here's my room here. I'm moving rooms today. And it's quite dark in here because there's no light at the moment either. Quite basic, little kitchen in there. Yeah, let's go through. I may as well show you the rest. Nothing much to see, folks. Like I said, I'm moving rooms today. I'm supposed to be up on the balcony, but they didn't have the room ready for me when I got here. And I just says, don't worry about it, just do it when you can. And today's the day. Africa time. No rush. That's the saying, no rush. Anyway, folks, I'm just waiting for Omar to come. He said he'll be here at 10 AM, and he said that yesterday, and he got here at 1 PM. So let's see. I'm going to make myself some breakfast, and then we're going to head up to a place called Bakau, which is a bit further north up the coast here. He wants to show me the coastline there. And we're going to walk down to a place, I can't remember the name of it now, but I'll put it on the screen. We're going to walk down the coast there and then see where the rest of the day takes us, basically. I think so.
président bu wàcce ku am sa xaalis Dakar ngay ñëw bëgg a dëkk te ñun ñoo moom Dakar ñun lébu yi ñoo moom Dakar Macky Sall ñun dig ne ko moom doomam ak famille bés bu mu defee mu wàcce mu dëkk Dakar dañ ko rey comme nu mu reyee suñu mbokk ñun lébu yi duñ bàyyi.
Thank you, bro. So we've just arrived in Bacau. This is where Omar grew up. So it's like a little fishing port down here where we are. Yeah, this is how it is, folks. This is how it is. Hey. Hello. Hey. How are you? I'm good, man. You? Okay. A small little shop here, one of Omar's friends. And then there it looks like they're smoking some fish, you see there? So this is Omar's friend's little shop here. He's just getting us a little coffee. So, you know, these tiny little coffees that we get over here. But, yeah, man, check this out. Looks like they're smoking the fish through there. Like I say, I'm trying not to be too intrusive. It's very difficult to film, man. Just take myself away for a second. I'm doing my best to show you what I can without being too intrusive, do you know what I mean? But yeah, even with the camera in my hand like this, the little GoPro, people are noticing. So these are the little coffees that Omar likes to get. Very small, very sweet, loads of sugar. See you, bro. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, man.
Take care. Peace. Right, we're off to another area now called Fajara. We're going to get a local car there, so let's move. pushing warm, folks, warm. Omar's seen some more waves. Gets very excited by the waves, folks. Anyway, we've just walked over to Fujairah. This is the beginning of it, I believe. No local cars about, so we've just had to walk in the blistering heat, folks. Oof, it's getting warm. I'm constantly looking for the shade. Omar just wanted to show me the coastline here. Looks like you can walk right along it here. You can see a guy in the distance there. Mangoes, full of mangoes. Omar's just stealing a few.
Throw the one.
To get one down?
Yes.
Okay, so I missed that, folks. Omar threw an old one. It hit another one and knocked it out of the tree. And that's it. Skills, bro, skills. How is it? You just eating the skin, just straight off. Yeah. Yeah, man, look at that, fresh as.
Like an arrow.
Go on, let's see if you get any more.
Yes.
That was the same one.
No.
Ah,
This one.
yes. Crazy, man.
This one, you see?
Yeah. So you just knock him out the tree with another one. It's like snooker. Man.
You don't wanna try?
I'll try, yeah. Skin as well.
And it's amazing. So that's good.
So fresh. Oh my god. So yesterday,
This is how Gambia, when we get hungry, we find it on the tree.
on the trees. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, wet. So we bought 4 mangoes yesterday. 4 big mangoes for $100, see?
Yeah.
That's like £1, just over £1 for 4 fresh as mangoes. But then we get free ones on the trees as well.
You know, Africa before, we raised without money
Uh-huh.
and we survive without money.
Mhm.
That's the blessing of Africa.
Yeah.
That's why Africa is blessed.
Yeah, man. True words, bro. True words. More mangoes. Do you know what I mean? Just picking fruit off the side of the road like that. He's still munching on his mango there. So fresh. So fresh. Omar gets a right stomp on, walks really fast. He's always way ahead of me, and then he has to wait for me, basically. He's used to walking distances, folks, I'll tell you that. There's a little local settlement there, you can see. Just some tin shacks, people's homes, and up there. Hey. He keeps on walking. Keeps on walking. We're heading it this way somewhere. Nice. So this is Fujairah. Fujairah. It's not about beach, So this is part of Fujairah Beach. Few bars here, hotel, a little market down there apparently, and another little beach bar there. Absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. Omar's just talking to one of his friends here, another lifeguard friend. They do this voluntary, they don't even get paid for what they do here. They just do this on a voluntary basis. Where that green flag is, that's his little marker. You can see his little Baywatch orange floaty thing. But yeah, man, check this out. This is where Omar likes to come and surf. Many places along this coastline that he likes to surf at. So that's what he's doing. He's just showing me all the little special little places that he likes to go to, you know. And wow, wow. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I was like,
Good, yeah.
good, yeah.
What's going down?
Regular boys, yeah. We play music at the
Domino. Okay.
You've been there? Well, that's
No, I just come here 2 days ago, so.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, long story short, this guy came over to me asking me if I wanted to go and see some live music that evening. He went on to offer me other things pretty much instantly, and as he was, I could see Omar giving me the eye to leave. So I said my goodbyes and we moved on.
Bro, what's your name?
Respect you, man.
What's your name? So you can see at the top of this wall, all the way along. Pure graffiti, folks, pure graffiti. Let's go and have a little close-up of a part of it, shall we? Could be here for days showing you a lot of it. So this is African style, Gambian style graffiti. Very quiet part of town here, very quiet. There's Omar, as usual, one step ahead of me. He just goes for days and days and days. But I'm just taking it all in, peeps. Absolutely loving it. All of these different, everything's, it all ties in. I'm just kind of wondering whether it's some kind of story, because it's almost like it just kind of blends into something else and then something else. Almost like a visual story, do you know what I mean? Anyways, we're heading back to the apartment now, and we're going to pick up some clothes that I brought over for Omar and his family. I brought over some bits and pieces. My sister gave me some clothes from my nephew Freddie, some of his old clothes to give to Omar's little brother and sisters. So we're going to head back to the apartment, and then we're going to get a ride over, or walk over, probably walk, to Manjai Kunda, I think the area is called, where Omar's from, and visit his family. So, vamos. The old Land Rover there, folks. Seen better days. Huge termite mound there, peeps. It's a good 7 foot. So we're just waiting for a taxi. This is the main highway that's going to take us back to where we're staying. It's just a matter of waiting around basically for a cab.
See that in front?
There's the cab. That was that. 20 pence for both of us for about a 2-mile ride. Very cheap. Here we are, folks, back home, back where the fun began. Balmoral Apartments, Kololi. That's where we're staying. So we've just got back now. As usual, Omar knows someone on the street. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you were able to get a little bit of a feel of what we've just been up to, but it's very difficult to film, you know, and I just feel quite bad sometimes because, yeah, they don't like it, you know, like I can tell, and I'm trying to be so respectable. Anyways, back to the compound. We're just going to chill out for a little bit now, and then we're going to head over to Omar's compound where his family live, visit them. Here we go.
So in here in the Gambia, it's very common to buy second-hand goods, like these you can see here. Omar was saying these would have been sent over from probably Europe or somewhere like that to sell. So they buy a load of like second-hand gear, kettles, ovens, hoovers, whatever they've got, and then they sell them over here. They fix them up and sell them. So yeah man, it's quite a good business over here apparently. So just behind me there is the police station apparently. Omar says there's the police station.
Yeah, big man.
Hey. So we're in a pretty local area now. Walking over to Omar's compound through the back streets. Another second-hand goods store right there, selling all bits and bobs. Another mammoth walk, folks, just round the corner apparently. I should know better by now, right? Anyway, enjoying the vibe, enjoying the scenes. Plodding on, plodding on.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? How are you? Hello.
My sister, little sister,
hello,
daughter.
hello. Ah, okay. Hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all. Okay. Very nice kids. One of them was Omar's little sister. I think we're coming up to his compound here. How are you? Hello. How are you? Good? Good, good. Yeah, man, this is obviously his neighbourhood. This be the compound. Okay, so I brought some clothes, little bits of clothes from Freddie, my little nephew, and some little clothes I got from the charity shop. I'm going to give it to the people now, to his relatives. So this is Omar's compound, which is the piece of land here. So he lives with immediate family and non-immediate family. So they have like one building here, one here, one here, one here, and then one at the back where Omar lives. There he is. So this is the compound that he stays in. What are you making, Omar? What's it called?
Tea.
What tea?
Attaya.
Attaya. An attaya tea. When I first met Omar, he took me to his friends to have some of this. He's going to show us how he makes it now. That's been boiling for about 20 minutes, yeah? Mm-hmm. Something like this. A little bit of cinnamon. So, bro, what's the reason that you do this so many times?
Taste will make it things more taste good.
Tastes better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. How are you? Hey, smile for the camera. Fist bump.
His name is Jibri.
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 Jibri, yeah.
Fist bump.
Jibri ni kayak feel. You know why he used to me?
So just watching the sun go down. Way nicer temperature now, way nicer. Everyone's inside eating. Omar's getting sorted. We're gonna head out in a minute. I'm not sure if we're gonna go back down to the beach. You can see here Omar and his family grow some yam. They grow some yam, they grow some corn. There's another couple of bits and bobs that they grow here. This is their little plot here. Didn't really want to film too much in the house with them guys, you know what I mean, because respecting all of that, but did what I could. Omar's very kind and, you know, says just film away, but it's weird, man, because yeah, they all kind of look at the camera and it's, as you can imagine, you're kind of the centre of attention, you know, like, and I don't find that easy sometimes. But anyways, we're gonna head off in a minute. This is how it is here. It's Omar and his family. Omar said take a video of my family, so I'm doing what I was told. Yeah, man. Out on an evening stroll by the looks of it, yeah? Going for an evening walk.
Huh?
An
Yeah,
evening walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Beautiful.
Walk.
There we go. Little taxi drive. Just talking to my camera. You want to say it instead?
Like, I was talking like really interesting point
About?
about the system.
So he was talking to a woman in the back of the taxi
Yes.
about the corruption and everything that's
Because
going on
like
here right now.
Senegal right now is a kind of lot of problem
Crazy,
about
yeah?
the government.
Yeah, we need to talk about that actually.
And Sonko is a guy with like, he's talking about the system.
Yeah, so right now, just to explain, there's some serious problems in Senegal. That's the country that engulfs the Gambia, basically. Huge protests, people getting killed, lots of crazy stuff going on. And that's what he was talking to the woman about in the back of the cab. And he's saying his country's very similar, do you know what I mean? It's just that they haven't got the troubles here that they have in Senegal right now. So anyway, we're just walking back to the where I'm staying.
What the fuck?